So my middle daughter wanted a loft bed in her room, and my wife wants to put a reading corner area under here, which is a good idea, except for that it's going to be dark under here. So I decided to install a light. I went to the Home Depot. I got this chandelier. The only problem is, because it's made as a chandelier, it comes wired to go wired into the ceiling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewire, or just attach a wall plug to it, and also a light switch, so that when she's sitting under here, she doesn't have to plug it in and unplug it all the time. She can just hit the switch. So we'll see how that goes. So this is all the stuff that I'm going to use for rewiring the light. This is a plug adapter that I got from Home Depot. You open it up, you thread this on the wire first off, then you put the wires in here, you put the hot wire here, neutral goes there, because that's how it goes when you plug it into the wall. Also, if you had a grounding, it would go here, but this doesn't have a grounding. The grounding was in the plate that gets attached, and then you just kind of screw this whole thing together and it locks together. Another piece I have is this. This is some shrinking material when it gets hot. I don't have a heat gun, but I'm going to use a lighter to do it. It's going to cover a couple of wires that'll probably end up being poked out the back end of this plug. This is the electrical box. I got a shallow one for the cord. It'll pass through there. Got the plug for the, not the plug, the light switch. So it'll just be a plain light switch you can do. That'll go in there. Got the plate for the switch. And then the other thing I have are zip ties. Since the underside of the bed is bars, it has these 4 little holes. I'm going to put zip ties. I'm going to zip tie it to the bed. Now, when I strip the wire to put it onto the switch here, I'm going to show 2 different ways. One, I'm going to do with an actual wire stripper, and the other one I'm going to do with a knife, which is fine to use just because nothing's plugged in, there's no electricity running. So I'm going to show you how to strip a wire with just a knife if you don't have a wire stripper, or you don't feel like going out and getting one, or they just don't work for you. I think that's all that. We'll get started and see how this stuff goes. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slide the stuff on the wire that needs to go on the wire. So we're going to start with whatever's going to be closest to the actual lamp itself, which is going to be the electric box. It's got its little holes on the top and the bottom so that the wire can just slide right through. See that there? So it just goes on. Next we have the little shrink material that's going to cover up these 2 wires that are probably going to stick out of the back end of this plug mic, is what I'm guessing. It's not a real deep plug. But if we get it on there and the whole thing gets covered, we won't need it. I can just slice it off real quick. It won't take but a second. Okay. So, we got that pulled through. There you go. Next is the back end of the plug that covers the whole thing. That goes on. You really could have done those 2 in either order. Doesn't matter. Alright, so the other thing, like I was saying, is we're going to go ahead and attach this plug adapter. So what you'll do, take a screwdriver, we'll just loosen up the terminals where they connect. Now when you connect it, right between the head of the screw and the plate that runs into the wall, there's this little silver plate. And we want to run it right between there, right where my fingernail is. That way when we tighten down the screw, it holds everything in place. So like I said, we're going to do the black wire and the white wire, the hot and the neutral. We don't have a grounding, so we're not going to worry about that at all. There we go. So that's how it looks. And you'll close this part. Well, actually, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and attach, not attach, but go ahead and do this shrink thing, because this little clamp on the inside here is made to kind of hold the wire in place. It'll crimp down on it once you tighten up that back piece, so you really don't This one's tight enough, I probably don't need to heat it, but just to show you. Got this, you just kind of heat it up a little bit. Just a couple quick passes. And it will shrink that down. It didn't do a whole lot, but that's fine, we're close enough. So, you got that. The collar comes up. It'll screw on. You'll hear it clicking and it ratchets together. I don't know if you can hear that, it's real quiet. So that's that. So that's the plug-in. And next we'll work on the actual switch. Alright, so just to show you right now, before I do the switch, it does actually work. If you wanted to just do that, just to plug it in, unplug it every time you want to use it, you can do that too. But it does work. The wires are covered, and it seems safe to use. Alright, well if you want to keep watching, we'll go ahead and do that switch. Alright, got some close quarters in here, so I'm going to try to do this the best I can so y'all can see. So, first thing I'm going to do is see just where this switch box is going to sit. So, kind of do it right there. It's going to sit right about here. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this thing, say about right there, and put the box down, and we're going to get to it. So find the mark, there it is. Just going to take a knife, just kind of cut into the casing on this wire here real lightly. Ironically, it's a bit dark under here, and I could use light. Got that black wire out. We'll go ahead and cut it. There we go. So, now you got two pieces right there. So you got the two wires, and one of these actually says top right there where it's engraved. So it'll get wired in on the side, just like that. That's how we're going to do it. So, the first one we're going to do, we're just going to use the wire strippers. So they're different sizes. These are made so what you do, you just kind of grab it, crimp around it a little bit with the right size, pull it, and it just takes it right off. I always think those work the best, but I'm going to try to do it with a knife too, just to show you. So you take the knife, kind of like the same way we did the big casing just a minute ago. We're going to cut it. Run it through there. And like a banana, we're just going to peel it out. Once you got it peeled out, just cut that extra no casing off, like that. So now we've got the stripped ends of the wire. Now we really just need to attach everything and we'll be good. So we'll slide the box back up. Right in there. Right there. Hopefully it will do that. We'll go ahead. Oh, we'll attach it. So the one closer to the light is going to go in the top. Might not be able to see it so great. There's a plate on this one too, just like there was on the plug between the screw and the actual like base. So it'll hold everything in place just like the other one did. To the bottom. Ah, look at that. Like we made it for it. There we go. That's connected. Gently pull the wire all the way through so we don't mess anything up. And then when you put these light switches into boxes, these boxes are pre-drilled with holes. These light switches come with screws already installed. You just gotta attach. Alright, so we got that in there. Now we're gonna zip tie it, put the faceplate on, and that should do it. Now, when I tighten them down, I want the little boxes that they clip into closer to the bars, because if they're closer to here, when I put that faceplate on, I don't think that faceplate is gonna want to close in real well. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and clip the ends off of these. Alright, so let's clean up, plug it in, see if it worked or if I'm going to set some stuff on fire. Alright, well, I got it plugged in, but I haven't tested it out yet, so let's see if it works. If something bad happens, call 911. Hey, look at that. So, with very basic knowledge and a couple of tools, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, the hardest thing was putting this lamp together, because this chandelier lamp, whatever you want to call it, when I bought it from Home Depot, each of these little plasticky thingies were just in a bunch of flat sheets. I had to bend them all and stick the whole thing together. Well, thanks for watching my first video. I appreciate it. If y'all have any comments, concerns, if you think I did something completely stupid and you just want to tell me, write in the comments. I'm going to try to do some more videos here soon. If you like it, give it a like. Have a good one.